Welcome back, folks. This is Swap, and today we have a very special video for you all today. Today we have the Fairy Tail Final Series Natsu Dragneel 1/8 scale figure. We're going to be doing an unboxing, and we're also going to be showing off every little component within this box, and we're also going to do an up-close video of the figure itself and see what it's all about. So, without further ado, let's begin. So if you don't know by now, I'm a huge fan of Hiro Mashima properties, and when I saw this Natsu Dragneel figure, I told myself I had to get this thing. It would be criminal if I didn't get it. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up so we can all see what is inside here. So we're just going to open this box up real quick, and let me see if I can get this plastic out. Here you go, so you can see the whole thing. It's been a while since I've actually gotten a figure. What is this? It comes like a little paper. Oh, it's like a little instruction manual. I guess teaching you like different arms you can put in. But we're gonna go ahead and open this up real quick, and we're gonna see what it's all about. All right, here we go. So what I did was I removed all the surrounding tape so we could just go ahead and slide this right off, and we're gonna start taking out all these pieces, a little piece by piece. So I think this little Natsu figure here, yeah, he just comes right off here. We're gonna keep him in the little plastic thing. We got this giant base going on with the nice flame effects, and we get this pave stone, and we also have the little extra arm that we saw here. We're gonna go ahead and take those off. All right, let's see if we can just start taking these out of the bags. All right, let's go over each component piece by piece. So first we have the base. The base is a pretty nice, decent sized base, and you can see it's not too thick either. We have this cobblestone design in the middle, and we also have all these flame effects going on around. So let me go ahead and give you a closer look to see what this actually looks like. So this base, the cobblestone effect, is actually not just painted on. This isn't just a flat surface. This is actually a 3D printed, etched on little cobblestone effect. So it's actually pretty cool. You can see, like, if I put my finger through here, through the cracks, it kind of just stops there because these cobblestones are actually raised up a little bit. So I really like that it's not just painted on. You get all this extra texture on there. And the flames, I was actually kind of interested about the flames because the shape of the flames do look like they're like naturally shaped, but they're not like a hard plastic. Let me see if I can get a closer focus on you guys. This is actually a rubber effect, so it's not, if I just move this around here, it's very flexible. This is all just very thick rubber. This isn't some sort of hard plastic with translucent effects, and I think I personally might have preferred some sort of hard plastic with translucent effects just because the rubber, it looks a little off. It's very shiny for one, and two, when the color effects do get on there, like you have the little yellow flames going out to red flames, the actual colors of these flames are actually very pale. So I think I would have preferred something hard plastic, but it is what it is. All right, let's go ahead and bring out this extra arm piece. So this arm piece, I believe, replaces his left arm, so you can do like the regular fist or him holding a huge fireball. And again, this is all just really thick rubber once again, but it actually looks pretty nice in this way when it's just clumped up like this versus like the wavy flames we got earlier. I think this actually looks better off. Now finally, let's go ahead and take a closer look at Natsu himself. Now don't worry, I will be doing a more zoomed in shot later with a rotating disc, but right now we're just going to take a quick look at what he looks like. So you can see he's got the fire effect here. This is the arm that you can replace to become the other arm here, so we'll see what that looks like later. Alright, let's go ahead and assemble him real quick so that we can see what it looks like on the rotating disc. And we're going to put him on the base, and I believe it just goes straight on like this. And I'm going to show you guys real quick exactly what is cool about this base, is because when I looked at that little pamphlet earlier that I was talking about, the little pamphlet that came earlier, there are actually two figures that are in the same line. There is Natsu and there is obviously Lucy, and it looks like Lucy can fit on this same base because when you look at the actual base, there's actually an extra two holes that you can put on there, and I think that's where Lucy is supposed to go. And I think Lucy might come with her own base as well, but it's cool that you have that option to be able to put her on this same base with Natsu. Now we're going to take a more detailed look at the whole thing. Alright folks, here we have Natsu Dragneel. First we're going to take a look at the upper half of his body, then later on we're going to go ahead and focus on the lower half of this figure. So here in the upper half we could see Natsu. You got his face, the smile, the hair, everything is pretty much on point with what we know about Natsu. You can see that Fairy Tail logo there on his shoulder, the flame effect on his right hand, and you have this fist going up on his left hand. It's a very cool dynamic pose. His top, you can see like the wrinkles in his clothes. It's really cool. The one thing that I have to complain about the upper half here is that scarf. Now the scarf, it's not so much the shape of it. I like that it's flapping out there. It's very dynamic. It looks like he just landed there and he's about to kick some ass. But the one thing that I hate about this scarf is that there's no black wash, and I wish that there was some sort of black wash in between between all those lines, because right now when you see it from afar, all those details within the scarf kind of get lost. So I might add my own black wash later onto it, and that's because, you know, it's all just one solid gray white color, and all those lines in between there just kind of get lost when you see it from afar. So that's the one shame that I have about this figure. Okay, so while we're focusing on the upper half of this figure, I went ahead and changed out that left arm piece. Remember that extra left arm piece we had that had the flame effect on his hand? So now both of his hands have fire effects, and it just looks really awesome. It looks more dynamic this way. It looks like he's about to do one of those crazy fire dragon attacks. And the one thing I have to say about the fire, what I was saying before, those large thick rubber pieces on his hands, is that they do look kind of nice from this way compared to what you get on the base. We're going to see what the base looks like in a second, but these rubber flame effects actually look pretty nice on his hands. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and focus on the lower half of this figure. So here we have the base with the cobblestones, you have the flame effects, and you can see Natsu's dirty ass feet. I love the effects too. It's not just that they're dirty, it's that it looks like he's more combat ready, because obviously he's wearing those sandals. So when he's jumping around, flying, and he's fighting, he's going to get his toes dirty with dirt. And I just really love that extra little detail. You can see the ripples on his shorts. His outfit looks like it's been torn a little bit, maybe burned or singed off a little. It just looks very battle ready. You can see the little sash on around his shorts, very dynamic. It's flapping around. The one thing that I was talking to you earlier is the flames. The flames just look a little off just because they are that thick rubberiness, and so the color of those flames just look a little pale, and it kind of does a little disservice to this figure in my opinion. Now the cobblestones are actually really cool because, like I was showing you earlier, those are 3D cobblestones. They're printed on there. It's not just a flat paint thing, so that looks really nice on there. Now overall, I think Bellfine did a fine job making this Natsu figure. The two things that I have to complain about are the details on the scarf and the colors and using that rubber material with the flames on the base. Other than that, everything looks pretty on point to me, and I'm really excited to get that Lucy Heartfilia figure because I really like how they added those little extra holes on this base so that I can add Lucy to this much later in the future. And you best believe I will be getting Lucy in the mail, and we're going to be checking her out too, both individually, and we're going to see what she looks like paired up with Natsu. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. I will be showcasing more figures as they keep coming in, hopefully in this same similar format. And like I said earlier, I will be showcasing that Lucy Heartfilia figure when it comes out next month. So if you want to see that video, make sure you hit that subscribe and bell notification so that you know exactly when that video comes out. And with that being said, I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.